Mad destroyed us last year. They were the ones who ended up with the throne and winning the LEC both times. There's just one problem, and that's that it's our spot.
So looking for the engagement onto limit, Realm Warp's coming in as well. Maddie might be the target as well. Has flash, has heal, but does he have anywhere to go? The magical journey, steadfast presence. It boots limit in the middle of the journey.
For the bot lane, I think both of those players have really big potential. Like I think Flacket has insane mechanics. I think he's going to be one of the best.
Flacket gets the chrono shift. He doesn't need the life, but he does need the assist from Targamas. As much as Upset can get a single shut down, Flacket gets 3.
They have kept their best players on the team, which are Elyoya and Kaiser. I think they are probably the best performing ones.
5-man ultimate on the follow-up with Rieker. Ultimate comes out from Gillis. He's trying to peel. What can he get down the backline, Rieker?
Even though a lot of times in my career I've been second, but I think now it's the time for me to always be first.
Are we going to get Caps' Yone on stage, third picked here?
I'm holding my breath. We're not allowed to talk about how over. Yeah! Oh my gosh, I love it.
Now I wonder if that just signals instantly Gwen's going jungle, because I feel like the Yone needs an AP jungler to pair with him. If you're playing Yone, Lee Sin, Jarvan, it really feels off, especially against a champion like Graves, Diana. If supports can roam towards mid, this will impact the entire map. I love the set last pick coming in here. If they do lock it in, yeah, you can just flip the Aurelia straight out of the fight. Or the Diana, whichever one dives in first. So we have got a Gwen jungle, Yone top into Graves, which I think is just going to be scaling. Graves probably going to get the early push, but...
that it has on it, it went from 10 to 12%, right? On the melees. Can work out quite well for him. Kaiser and Targamas here trading on the bottom side. And the question is, do they manage to punish Broken Blade here? Because he has the fate sealed. He can jump away from this, and he'll do it, try and get underneath the tower. Elyoya stops him. Armor on the chase here as well. Soul unbound. Broken Blade's going to try and dash back, but as you say, he is dead.
Scary spot to be in, especially with them as your opponents in the future. A hook does land.
Jankos going to get caught out just a little bit here, but he tries to turn it back onto Kaiser. Needle work, not enough, as Jankos shredded where he stands by Elyoya. He will pay for it with his life as Caps takes him down. Rika missed the Vanguard's edge, has the flawless duet, will get the stun, but the Shockwave drags him back. Rika still diving forward, Caps ticking, not quite enough to take him down. Rika will fall in response. G2 find 2 in the future, because I think actually Targamas with the Glacial Augment reduces the damage that Rika does by just enough to keep Orianna alive.
So Kaiser catches out. The Gwen doesn't have level 6 yet, so it just kind of gets bursted out. Elyoya finds himself in a 1 versus 3. The Super Mega Death Rocket comes in. Elyoya tries to escape, but is denied thanks to the E from Targamas. And then Rika finds himself in a 1v3. Gets Shockwave. And I missed the ultimate again because I was paying attention to what the Diana was doing. And because Flackhead was able to get that collapse a little bit earlier than Unforgiven, that meant the G2 was able to cast. Armit is going to have a lot. Broken Blade still working on that first item and doing what he can to wave clear, but you can see that Armit slowly chipping away at that tower. But eventually, very likely to fall. Will get that plate just before the plates fall, and he's going to emote.
Well, 600 extra gold for them, 2,500 gold their lead. Jankos should be able to just smite this down.
Good into but that's not really as good anymore.
And Broken Blade's going to get knocked up here. He's got 6,000 gold in his back pocket, 2,000 gold behind Armit, who's now going to be given over another kill. Elyoya instead secures it here in a very strong position. Zonya's as well keeps him just that little bit more secure when it comes to team fights. Jankos dives onto Armit here, 2-level disadvantage. Jankos with the smite. Blue buff will be secured by Elyoya, and Jankos just walks away.
The Yone will eventually outscale the Graves, but hang on, look at Jankos here.
He's going to get hooked. He's going to get knocked up with a death charge, rooted in spot, and just look at the burst. Jankos somehow able to survive, though. Gets out with the needlework. Rika on the chase, show stopped back. Targamas, though, low already. Rika trying to survive. This one, Moonlight Vigil. Just the edge of it, just the very tip didn't quite connect as Rika falls to Blackhead. Broken Blade is going to unseal his soul for the moment and then back away. Wow. Pauldrons. So he's not going to be able to put any wards in this pit. That control ward is there. The sweeper from Targamas doesn't spot anyone out. TP coming in from Armor. Jankos goes forward. Targamas dives into the pit. Pulls them back with the showstopper. Armor already in the middle of the pit. Jankos trying to take him out. Armor's going to have to flash away. The shockwave lands on 2. Unforgiven's already got 1 kill, but it's answered as Rika falls as well. And Jankos, the healing is absurd. The needle after needle from Jankos just heals him up, and Unforgiven. Moonlight Vigil will not even kill off Blackhead. Armor here has started up the Drake, but G2 do not want to let this one go quietly. Caps pops the plant and almost pops Armored as well, but the hook comes out. Armor's going to try and trade this one back. However, Targamas once again coming in just at the right time. Armor will secure the Drake, but Kaiser may have paid for it with his life. Pulled back into the waiting arms of Cap, who still has a shockwave but does not need it. The ball finds its mark as Caps goes 3-0-3.
Sonya's has now been completed. A lot of damage in his back pocket, but keep your eyes on Targamas here. Uses his Hex Flash over the wall, and his eyes are dead set on Elyoya. Brings the jungler in, locks him up, and it's just basically 1v4ing the backline as Armor gets forced out of the fight. Then the double ultimates come through, and the fight at this point is basically won for G2. Just beautifully executed, and Mad put themselves in a position as Armor now gets collapsed on.
Armor had a very strong early game, but there's nothing he can do against Targamas and Jankos.
One of the things that Targamas said in his little interview was that he wanted to show a lot more as Unforgiven is dead. Solo killed by Broken Blade.
For split, Syncroft x Maddie yet to really find their footing, although Syncroft has had a few good games. But once again, we see an engage from a support as Kaiser looks for it. Vanguard's edge on the backline, but the stopwatch is going to do quite a lot here. Jankos gets a kill already. There's the shockwave, the follow-up. You're just too far behind. You can't do anything. Mad Lions routed. In their own engage, they were found out, and G2 will march it down. Mad Lions in control through the entire early game, but it just felt like after some point, G2 had had enough. They kept Mad Lions punching and punching and punching, but it's G2 that land the knockout blow and go 7-3.